Hi, let's talk a little bit about integrating rhythm and rhymes into everyday activities. Again, this doesn't require you to have the ability to sing very well. To be able to keep a rhythm and counting in your head is fine in the beginning. It is what all early dancers do. It's what ballet dancers do. It's how to keep the rhythm, even if it's just following your own heart rate. But bringing it into everyday activities, I've already talked about earlier about how I have used rhythm and calling attention to children to bring them, and using perhaps a musical instrument to call them, or using a bell system to alert children and to be able to get their attention. There are other ways to incorporate that in everyday existence with some extensions. So one of the things that I have here is just a board, and when we're talking about the days of the week, and we can have them hand out to a child. This one is Saturday, Tuesday, I know it's backwards to you, Friday. There's a couple of different rhythms that go for the days of the week. My suggestion would be have the same days of the week song, especially for older children. Have it for a couple of months, really a couple of months. There's two that I like to use. One of them is a rhythm. It's days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday, days of the week. And that is really good for youngs because it gets them, for our littles, because it gets them clapping and moving their hands, so their bodies are engaged as well as their brains, as well as their voices. So that is really helpful in having everything engaged. You can also do that as a stomping or a jumping. If you've got a lot of wiggles, and say, oh, you know what, let's jump our days of the week, and have them stand up and jump. And so it would be days of the week, jump, jump. And you can say jump, jump instead of jumping yourself. And that's a way to maintain kind of a visual support over what is happening. So you can go around your circle or your gathering and saying days of the week, jump, jump, days of the week, jump, jump. And that can help the children maintain decorum instead of, bopping all over each other. Another way of doing the days of the week is to sing the days of the week. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in the week. So you don't really want to hear me singing the song. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What is today? And then asking the children what day it is. You can have each child, going back to our props, you can have each child have a day of the week in their hand, and they stand up and you're like, oh, you're Tuesday today, you're Saturday today, you're Friday. Or you can have it actually on a board, and you can put it on as you go through in order. I don't actually happen to have a Sunday, so just doing it this way and doing it this way as you go along, and it puts it together for them. And I know that that's backwards for you. So putting it on a board, having it, and then you can also take it off and hand it to someone as you're going around the gathering. It's a way to incorporate props, but it's also an everyday occurrence. We've talked a little bit about creating rhythm when calling a gathering or leaving from one space to another, or with a cleanup time. There are many different cleanup time songs that you can sing. I prefer to sing as opposed to having music on. I find that the children, if they're singing at the same time, it helps focus their body. They are in their body. And there's the traditional cleanup song, tidy up song. Clean up, everybody, everywhere. Clean up, everybody, do your share. There's that one. That one works really well. Or it can just be walking around and playing I Spy when you're cleaning up. Now that isn't rhythm, that's not rhyme. If you don't want to do the song for cleaning up, that's another way of doing it. One of the things that I like to do to incorporate I Spy after we have everything pretty much tidied up, and is everything tidied up? And to do and this can also work when children are a little bit out of sorts, and it's walk around the classroom, walk around the classroom, walk around the classroom until I say stop. And then everybody stops. And I spy with my little eye something that is blue on the carpet. And then they look around and nobody moves. And then I say, who would like to volunteer to pick up whatever it is that's been spotted? And they raise their hand and they go and get it. And then it's very much, thank you for helping care for our environment. Let's go again, and then sing the song again. You can do that in many different ways to control the body. And it's not just walking. It can be tiptoe around the classroom. It can be tiptoe down the hallway. Tiptoe down the hallway. Tiptoe down the hallway. Tiptoe down the hallway until I say stop. And then, oh, are we at the door? I think we need to sing it one more time. And then you tiptoe down the hallway again. It gets children thinking about their body, moving in a slow way because you're singing it slowly and their feet will naturally follow that rhythm. And it is really fun to have an open space and say, run around the classroom, run, and have them kind of run, but run in space, or run in place. And that's also a really fun way to kind of get some wiggles out when it comes to rhythm and rhymes and transitions. I think, for me, it works best at the beginning of the gathering if there are several gathering songs that are very consistent. One of the ones I really like to use is, come dear children, it's time to come and sit on the carpet, the circle, the rug, whatever it is that you are sitting on. It doesn't need to necessarily rhyme, but having a rhythm. And you can even call individual children, come dear Gon, come dear Ido, it's time to come and sit on the carpet. And that can be very helpful in getting children to come and sit down. And there are many, many songs about singing children's names and greeting them and saying good morning to them or goodbye to them at the end of the day. And it's a really lovely way to bring children together and recognize that they are part of the community. They, as an individual, are part of the community. They love hearing their own names. So this has got a little bit long. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. And bringing rhythm and rhymes, it doesn't have to rhyme. Just having a rhythm will help with transitions and having your children come together as a community.